Very blessed.
Yes, what's going on here?
Well, we're showing people there's a Holocaust taking place in America today, here in Illinois.
I agree.
Preborn children being massacred.
Okay.
And most people are looking the other way and do nothing about it.
Okay.
So we're trying to bring attention to that so people will rise up and do something about it.
Right. So you realize this is a high school.
Well, yeah, that's why we're here.
This could be causing a lot of trauma to some of our kids who have experienced this.
That's why we're here. This kids here are old enough to murder their children. And they're definitely old enough to know about abortion.
Right.
And I wish when I was in high school, I wish Christians had done the same thing for me. I'd come to my high school to show me
I understand
this.
that. I'm just want to let you know, I'm the assistant principal here.
Okay.
My name is Joseph. I myself am pro-life, but I do believe that there is a time and place for this. Do you guys have a permit to be out here?
No, we don't need to. We're just using our First Amendment right.
Okay. So what's going to happen is when these kids see these images, it's going to disrupt the school and it's going to cause a negative environment in our school in terms of mental health.
Why? Why wouldn't kids be like, hey, there's a Holocaust going on. Let's work together to end this, you know? Let's establish justice and mercy.
Sir, I would have agreed with you if these were college kids where they don't they're able to make those kind of decisions in a calm and peaceful manner. We have a significant population in our school that is special ed. They deal with mental health in terms of anxiety, and some of them might have siblings or might have had parents who have had these issues, or in terms of, they might have done it, this or that. So what you're doing is you're causing a negative environment in the school building where you could be endangering the mental health of our kids.
Well, I think saving people from death is more important than any kind of potential trauma that somebody might have from
because you don't have to
this.
deal with the fallout. We do.
Well,
we as the adults have to deal with that.
Well, again, you need to think about priority. What's the priority? Educating people about a Holocaust so that they don't murder their children?
What about safety of preborn children?
The immediate priority is the safety of our students.
Okay, and I'm saying this is not a threat to the safety of your students. I think it's pretty ridiculous to say that. And even if it is, this is more of a priority, right? Mass murder is more of a priority. So these kids
it's
need
not that
us.
I disagree with I just disagree with the sense of protesting at a school where kids, you guys have read the news, you know how many shootings, all these kind of things are happening at schools. It starts with a small thought, and it snowballs.
So how
Do I
does this
agree
lead to
with you in terms of pro-life? Yes.
Well,
I will tell you that right now. I agree with you.
Okay.
In principle, pro-life. I am pro-life myself.
I'm not pro-life. I'm an abolitionist. There's a difference. The pro-life movement compromises, and they actually discriminate against these children. I'm an abolitionist. I want to abolish all abortion.
Sure.
The pro-life movement regulates murder. So there's a distinction there that we need to make.
I'm pro-life in the sense of I don't believe in abortion, but
that's the thing, right? That's why you're pro-life, because you just have an opinion about it, but are you really taking action to end it? I'm taking action to end it. That's what distinguishes an abolitionist.
I agree with what you're trying to do, but
pro-life.
Again, by doing this at a school, what you're going to do is you could cause a lot of issues inside the school with kids who cannot normally comprehend this in a safe manner.
Why not? Why can't high schoolers?
Because that's just how it is. I can't explain that to you.
The majority of high schoolers can understand this, right?
Okay.
It's pretty obvious.
No.
Well,
it's not.
This
is a high school. I understand that.
High school students can understand this. It's ridiculous to assert that they can't.
Okay, so
most can. They'd have to be special ed to not.
I'm letting you know from our position, this is not something we agree with in terms of the way you guys are protesting.
No,
and that's pretty sexist to say.
So, I just want to ask you a simple question because I have to go back and work, unfortunately. Okay. You guys are going to be staying here regardless of what I say, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to have to call the police. I'm just letting you know.
That's
our
protocol. Why would you call the police if you're pro-life?
Because I'm not trying to endanger the safety of our kids.
This is not endangering kids. This is going to save children's lives.
Sir,
we're going to save children's lives by showing these young people these images.
Just let me just put this very clearly. You guys are going to be standing out here, exercising your First Amendment right, which means you're not going to be in the school dealing with this, correct?
No.
The fallout of the students you're not dealing with. We have to.
Well, so you care more about yourself than the babies who get saved from people seeing these images and being educated about this.
I'm just letting you know, if your choice is to stay out here and do this, our choice is to do what we have to do.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So why'd you call the police?
because we have to make this a safe environment.
It is
this
safe.
is not going to do
It is safe.
This is a perfectly safe environment.
What about children who are being massacred
I
this
was
morning?
here, you talking to you two, I feel perfectly safe because we're just having a conversation, right? They don't see it that way in terms of how the students are reacting. You don't have to deal with that fallout. I do. So I got to make sure that they're safe in their school, that they don't have any kind of mental breakdowns or anything like that. That's my job, not
That's
yours.
ridiculous, man.
What about
Because
the children
you
who are
don't have
going to
to
be
deal
murdered
with it.
this
That's why
morning?
it's ridiculous. I do.
And so you're very self-centered then. It's all about you. It was basically what you're saying.
No, it's about my kids.
What about your?
I'm dealing.
Well,
I'm
you're
not
saying
doing this for
you're not the one who has to deal with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then acknowledge that you have to deal with it.
I do.
And acknowledge that it's a necessary thing to do to deal with it. If there are problems with the students,
Right.
understand that those are necessary problems
Yeah.
as a part of exposing the abortion Holocaust to save children from being mutilated to death.
I see what you're saying, but again, if something happens in school, that's my responsibility, right? Anything happens, if these
Not
kids have any
necessarily.
issues, it's my responsibility. I'm the assistant principal, and with the other administrators, that's my responsibility. That's not yours. Your responsibility right now is choosing to stay here. That's your choice.
Yep.
My choice is to go make sure my kids are okay. So if you want to think that's selfish, I'm trying to take care of the kids. I'm not doing it for myself.
You're caring
That's
more
my
about born
job.
children than preborn children.
Yeah.
Like that's
So,
the thing.
So recap, you guys are gonna stay here. I've asked you nicely to please leave. Your choice is to stay. That's your choice. I have to do my job. All right?
What
Have a good day.
about what about your kids here who are going to murder their children in the future? What about preborn children who are going to be murdered this morning? What are we doing for them?